Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. The community is rallying around the family of Constable Keith Smith, gunned down in the line of duty yesterday morning. Investigations are continuing tonight into the circumstances leading up to Tasmania Police's darkest day in recent memory. Nick Kelly is at Ulverston Police Station. Nick, have any charges been laid yet?
Not so far, Kim. The 46-year-old man, police say, pulled the trigger, remains under police guard in Launceston General Hospital tonight, recovering from surgery to non-life-threatening injuries. The forensic teams have only just left that North Modern home late this afternoon, and police remain out there on the scene this evening. We haven't had any update on that investigation from police today, though, Kim, as they're forced to deal with the death of one of their own.
Thank you, Nick. And grief over Constable Smith's death is rippling far beyond Tasmania's front line, with tributes flowing from across the country. His life is one of many being honoured today as we mark the first National Police Legacy Day.
Tributes are flowing from across the nation just a day after Constable Keith Smith was fatally shot in the line of duty.
It's an incredibly sad day for the policing community.
It's a big blue family across all jurisdictions, all states and territories. Every president from every organisation across the country has reached out to me to pass on their condolences to the family.
Support is more crucial than ever, and today a new tradition begins, the first National Police Legacy Day, marked by a purple daisy. As they take an oath to protect us, Police Legacy makes a promise to care for their loved ones should the worst happen, offering counselling, education grants and social gatherings.
Police Legacies is not only to think about the passing of a member, but to ensure that their families, their lives, the ones that are left behind, their lives are not defined by a tragedy.
The state has more than 1,500 officers who are often confronted with dangerous situations.
The unfortunate side of policing at times is that we don't know what we're facing.
The lifelong promise legacy offer isn't just for families of police lost in the line of duty, but for those lost to illness or accident as well, letting them know they're not alone.
Every family's experience is unique. They at least can come together and know that they can talk about a shared experience in the loss.
Rebecca Gaidenera, 7 Tasmania News.
So in what is a dark day for Tasmania, the community is rallying around the family of Constable Smith, gunned down yesterday. Let's take a look at how the past 30 hours have unfolded.
Flags at half-mast across the state as floral tributes grow outside Ulverston Police Station in memory of 57-year-old Constable Keith Smith.
The heartbreak of this tragedy will be felt clearly in this local community and indeed in every corner of the state.
The well-respected veteran officer of almost 25 years shot and killed in the line of duty at this North Modern property yesterday morning.
His wife is distraught. This event has just swept through that family, and they have some difficult times ahead of them.
Constable Smith is served with honour, and every Tasmanian who pulls on the uniform of our state is worthy of our support and our respect.
He was serving a court-issued warrant to repossess the house when a man opened fire. Constable Smith died at the scene.
There's always a level of risk at anything that we do, particularly when we're going to residences where you have a warrant in your hand to take something from someone. What you can't do is predict what someone else is going to do.
As police continue to comb the Allison Road property this evening, questions remain about why Special Operations Police attended alongside the two officers but remained outside the boundary until after shots had been fired.
Very experienced police officers attended there, the two uniformed police officers. They would have done their background checks, that have sifted through the data in relation to the intelligence and would have based their attendance there on that data.
The first Tasmanian officer to die in the line of duty since Constable Ty Bennett was killed in a crash in 1999, and the first to be fatally shot since Trooper Frederick Henderson in 1922. Yesterday's tragedy is hitting our tight-knit policing ranks quite hard.
Keith was very well known. You're in the job 24 years, you get to know a lot of people. Policing is a risky business, but we sign up. And you know why? We sign up because we want to serve the community.
That community now rallying behind them.
The love and the support of our entire state of Tasmania is with you. We stand ready.
Tasmania's political parties have paused election campaigning as the state mourns the death of Constable Smith. Premier Jeremy Rockcliffe, Labor leader Dean Winter and the Tasmanian Greens among those paying tribute to the fallen officer, his family and the police community. Well, today marks 2 years since Belgian tourist Celine Cremer went missing from Tasmania's west. The 31-year-old's vehicle was found in the car park of the Philosopher's Falls walking track, her last known location. Her disappearance sparked a 3-week-long search on steep slopes and in wild weather before it was officially suspended. Given her body was never found, a missing persons case remains open and anyone who has information should pass it on. 7 Tasmania understands Celine's family plan to visit the West Coast in December. A group of outraged students is demanding answers from Tasmania's only university over a proposed restructure. UTAS announced plans around a month ago to axe more than a dozen staff positions and overhaul multiple programs, and it sparked widespread backlash.
A passionate group calling for the University of Tasmania to do 3 things.
Not do any forced cuts to our teachers, not cut courses, and to have a fair and transparent consultation process with students.
Outrage is growing over the university's proposal to cut 13 full-time academic positions and restructure several courses.
We have concluded that it's been a slow violence and we're afraid for our own degrees and our own futures.
Among the changes, merging humanities and social sciences into a single school, reduction in the Indonesian and German language programs, and up to 4 redundancies in the arts and theatre departments.
In one case, the guy they're making redundant doesn't teach into the subject they think he does. They actually don't know what their staff do.
The union claiming staff morale is at an all-time low.
The overwork, the stress, the insecure work, all of that compiles into just seriously breaking these people, and it's not okay.
The group launched an online petition calling for support in its appeal against the university's leadership. It quickly gained traction, collecting more than 350 signatures in just 2 days.
There's a strong feeling of injustice among students, that we're not being listened to, that the consultation of students is performative.
The University of Tasmania says the restructure is in response to declining enrolments and a challenging financial climate, with its consultation period ending tomorrow.
It's the management that should be answering for these financial issues, not the academics and not the students and not the future of Tasmania.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
A continued shortage of the federal government's home care packages has one independent MP up in arms. Andrew Wilkie is calling for an immediate fast track of the service, which provides nursing and respite care for older Tasmanians, some who may not have long to live.
Just weeks ago, Margaret Poulter lost her late husband Tony to Parkinson's disease and cancer. Despite months of waiting to access in-home assistance, by the time it became available, Tony had already passed away.
Felt so insulting that on the one hand this was a package intended to be able to keep Tony at home, and he'd just been told he wouldn't be going home.
Margaret's experience isn't unique. A shortage of the government's home care packages is plaguing Australia's ageing population. There are plans to introduce 83,000 more by November, but independent Andrew Wilkie says a quarter of those are needed now.
It's cruel and penny pinching, because there's only one reason why there's a shortage of packages, and it's that.
Depending on your level, the package can include anything from helping with cooking, cleaning and laundry to nursing and overnight respite.
Sadly, you have to wait for someone who's already got a package, either to go into residential care or to pass away, to free up a package that can be then allocated to a new person.
A government spokesperson says it's rolling out an additional 107,000 packages, and older people who are classified as high priority will receive the package within a month. But for Margaret, it's too little, too late.
As Tony became increasingly infirm and the more reliant he was on me, then The weight of that responsibility is really huge.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
There's strong future Tassie Devils representation in this year's AFL OSKI Team. 6-year-old Mason Downey from Lauderdale named the 8th recruit of this year. The little legend will hand over the medals to the winner of this year's grand final and has a chance to bring along a special mate for the ride.
Lenny, that's the one. We got there in the end. And why would you bring Lenny?
Because he's my dad's friend's son.
Your dad's friend's son, so that makes him your friend too?
Yeah.
Cute, and if a role on the biggest Saturday in September isn't enough, Mason is also in the running to be named Oz Kicker of the Year. It's a ladder-defining clash this weekend in the NWFL. Second-placed Ulverston will meet third-place Wynyard for the first time this season, a match-up with major finals implications.
The craft down forwards, pretty hard to beat. Obviously, our defenders going to have to be on from the get-go on Saturday.
Meanwhile, Burnie's women's side sitting 5th are coming to terms that finals could slowly be slipping out of reach.
You always hold out hope, but realistically, we'd have to win the rest of our games moving forward.
They face Devonport this weekend, a side currently 2 spots above them on the ladder. And finally in sport, a teacher and a disability support worker from Hobart have done the extraordinary, smashing 5 world records between them at the Kettlebell Championships in Italy. Annette Council and Lenka Pelkov competed against more than 700 lifters from around the world. Annette was unstoppable, earning herself 3 medals and setting an astonishing 4 world records in the under 65 age category, while Lenka won 5 medals and also broke a world record in the Masters. The pair now has their eyes on nationals in Perth in September.
Good evening. Hobart 13 today, Launceston 11, Devonport and Burnie 12 degrees. The warmest we could muster was 14 at Bushy Park and Ouse, both coming off a very cold start. Actually, Bushy Park scored the high today and the overnight low with -1. That was also recorded by Leia Weenie. Low Head St Helens and Flinders Island all 13, King Island 12, Strawn a top of 11. Now, after some heavy falls last night, the rain eased today under this cloud. Mount Reid 30 millimetres to 4 p.m. And apart from the low and front bringing cloud over our region, eastern Queensland found more cover today, and a band is approaching WA. Messy that one too. Tomorrow, the high over New South Wales extends a ridge across the continent and to our west. The low and associated front is moving into the picture there near Perth. Winds mostly southwesterly at 20 to 30 knots tomorrow before easing and becoming more westerly over the west and north. We have a strong wind warning that's been issued between Sandy Cape right around the state to Low Rocky Point, and the minor flood warnings for the north and south-east rivers continue. Hobart 12 tomorrow and partly cloudy. The chance of a shower for Geefson, 50-50 chance, 11 the top and 10 the high for Bothwell. Launceston tomorrow, 13 and partly cloudy. Same for Devonport, partly cloudy 2 for Cressy. Burnie tomorrow, a high of 13 degrees, a few showers for Strawn and also on King Island, Curry 14 degrees. A top of 14 for St Helens, sunny in the east, Swansea 13 and 12 the top for Orford. On Thursday, fine apart from light showers over the north and west. Just a possible shower over the west on Friday, but fine and partly cloudy weather generally. And on Saturday, conditions fine and mostly sunny after early fog. Temperatures on a minor recovery. Rain at times and 20 in Perth, partly cloudy for Adelaide and Melbourne, -4 to start Canberra's day tomorrow, a sunny 16 in Sydney, 21 for Brisbane, fine and warm and sunny in Darwin. Cloudy in Hobart, there are a few showers about the region, 9 at the moment, 7 in Launceston and mostly clear in Devonport, currently 8, and that'll do me for right now. Kim?
Thank you, Murph, and that will do me also. Have a great night, everyone. See you tomorrow.